Hey guys, welcome back to smithauctions.com. Today we're doing a walkthrough of October 16th's online sporting goods and firearm auction. Stay tuned because later I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for using our auction. Alright, let's get started. We have a ton of stuff in this auction, upwards of 700 lots. So there is a lot of different stuff. So feel free to pause the video and look at some different things. All of it's listed on smithsales.com. One of the first things we're going to look at is underneath these tables, all those red bags are Eskimo insulated fish houses. And the brown bags are baronet hunting blinds. And towards the back of that there, we have a few different tree stands for hunting season that's coming up. And towards the front of the aisle there, we have some archery targets for practicing your bow skills. And in this aisle, we have a bunch of different gun cases, hard and soft. And then after that, we have a really nice shooting bench, so you can do some target practice. And next to that, we have a couple of pieces of exercise equipment, so you can get back in shape. And then in these cases, we have a couple of really nice knives and some optics for rifles and pistols, along with some empty brass casings and shotgun shell casings, so you can reload your own stuff. And on our way back through, one of the nice things you'll notice in the far back there is an assorted walleye crawler harness with display. Also back there is a bunch of different reloading gear for rifles, pistols, and shotgun ammo. In this display case, we have a bunch of different optics, a ton of different knives, some ammo, and a spotting scope. And again in the back there, we have a barrel of assorted skis. So if you're really into winter activities, that might be a great one for you. In this display case, we have some more optics, some accessories for rifles, and even more reloading supplies. In this side, we have a ton of hunting and snow sport equipment. On that last table there is a bunch of camping equipment and even more reloading supplies. In the middle of this table, we have a few different bows that might be a good starting point for a lot of people. Now, before we get into the guns, let's go over a couple of little tips and tricks for our auction. First off, you can let the system bid for you by using our max bid feature. What that does is it allows you to put in a number that the system will automatically bid up for you to that amount. So if you're not able to watch the close of the auction, you still might be able to get the items that you're looking at. We have over 200 guns on this auction. So I'm not going to cover all of them, but we'll cover the ones I find interesting. Let's start it off by looking at this lever action 30-30 Winchester. Near that, we have a Ruger 1022 with a stainless barrel, followed by a Ruger Precision Rimfire and 22 long rifle. Right towards the end there, we have a Winchester Centennial 66 and 30-30. After that, we're going to move on to our pistols. We have a ton on this auction. Let's start it off right with this Colt Python in 357 mag. Follow that up with a Taurus M44 chambered in 44 Magnum. Back towards the front of the table, we have a CZ P10F with a threaded barrel chambered in 9mm. We have a CZ 75 BD Police in 9mm. Next up, we have a CSG 1911 22 that has a fake suppressor on it. Moving on to this rack, we have a whole variety of different muzzleloaders, inline and traditional. Starting off this section, we have a Savage Axis in 270 that's unshot, followed up by a Winchester 94 Golden Spike. The next one we have is a Golden Eagle 7000 in 30-06. Next up, we have a really nice Browning Synergy over under 12 gauge shotgun. Moving on, we got a Ruger American and 6.5 Creedmoor. The last one I'll cover is a Maverick 88 Cruiser 12 gauge shotgun. Moving on to this display case, we have an Anderson AM15 Trump Complete Lower, followed up by an Anderson AM15 receiver. Next up, we have a really interesting Mossberg 715T pistol and 22 long rifle. I'm going to slow this part down because we have a really cool Weebly #1 revolver in 450 CF. Moving on to the ammo here, we're just going to cut through this pretty quickly because they're just boxes of ammo. There's all sorts of different calibers. Anything from 22 to 450 to 30-30, you name it, it's probably on the auction, so check it out. We also have a ton of different powders for reloading and for muzzle loaders. And before you go, another quick tip about our auctions, you can watch lots and find items that you're looking for and save them so that you can easily go back and find them again. Because when there is 700 lots, it's hard to remember exactly which items you're looking at. So that's all I have for you today. Don't forget, if you want to see your stuff listed on our auctions, bring it down. Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. is when we accept consignments.